This is Alexi from Red Carpet Fly. Congratulations on the movies, ladies. It was an awesome movie. I enjoyed it so much. Um, Quick question for both of you guys. Vlad TV did an interview with uh, Play. No, I'm sorry, Kid. He did an interview with Kid, and he talked about that iconic scene of them working in the the telephone call center.
Well,
How fun was that to recreate that where you have Martin Lawrence, you have Kid and Play, and of course you guys are Salt and Pepper. Can you just talk about how fun and that experience of recreating that moment?
Um, Recreating that moment was really fun, and I feel like for Mario, it was in so many words like wrangling kids at a daycare because we were busting jokes from cubicle to cubicle. Like we were really acting like we were at work. So, and there are a lot of like really funny moments that unfortunately didn't make the film, but it was just really cool to build that what felt like that real camaraderie from them within our pod of actors. So that was really cool for me to be able to experience that with them, and for us to have that rapport so quickly, because that scene was just that one scene. So yeah.
yeah, the same thing. It's like when people watch it, they're going to say, "Oh my God, they all work together," and it's like they really all work together there. And it was so much fun just doing that scene. Like Gigi said, it felt like some youthful type of job that people are misbehaving and not doing their job, and we did that the best. So it was so much fun. And the actress that played I guess like the manager, she was very gifted. She could do a New York accent really well, and we just had fun. Like it was fun. The headsets, the moments where Martin would do his stand up and then Kid and Play. Even though they edited it out, I did a beatbox. It was sick, but they
Yeah.
cut it. It was sick. Like hopefully I can get the footage. I'll post it for y'all. But it was a good time. It was fun.
Well, you ladies did an awesome job. The movie was great. So again, congratulations and thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, you ladies look gorgeous, by the way. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. So my first question is for Gigi. You look so much like Salt. It's crazy. I love the movie, by the way. And as I watched it, I had to remind myself, this is not her. This is the actor playing her. So what type of conversations did you have with Salt to prepare for your role as her?
Honestly, we didn't have any conversation that was off limits. Like we talked about everything. We talked about the details that made the movie. We talked about details that didn't make the movie. And I think that she felt it was important to get all of her, or for me to get all of her, to understand how to navigate through, the scenes, and know what choices to make. So to be able to have, hear her tell me the experiences in its entirety, because we only have so much to do in a scene. So for her to be able to tell me, this is the full story that happens within, 2-3 pages of dialogue, I feel like was important, so that I know how to really give my best performance and understand it from, a whole aspect. Yeah.
Cool. Was there any particular scene that it took a lot for you to either get into that particular character scene, or just something you were like, ugh, I'm not sure how I want to attack it?
The one scene that took a lot out of me was there's a scene after the breakup scene with Herbie, and the emotion that I pulled from just my life and the things that things that we talked about prior to getting into that mode, and then even after the cameras cut, because she was there that day and she started to get emotional, and then she came into the bathroom where I was, and we just like sat there and cried, and she was like, I'm here, get it out if you need to get it out, like, I'm not leaving. So that was really a really like deep moment for us to share with each other, and I appreciate her for being that support to me, and really just loving me and opening her arms to me, and this entire process, and sharing her story with me, because she didn't have to share all the ugly details that didn't make it. She could have just said, this is the script, we're just going to talk about this. But the fact that she went above and beyond for me to understand her, I couldn't have asked for a better experience with this.
Cool. Thank you so much. And I just have one question for Layla. I know I'm sure you and Peppa had a lot of different conversations as well about the things she's been through in her life, which is so much that we could talk about. But was there any hesitancy as far as with her character and some of the things that she's went through, or or did you ever think about the backlash, or if you would receive backlash about different scenes?
I think the most important thing for me was just doing her legacy justice and not making it about who she dated or what she did, or like, that's not what it's about. You know what I mean? It's not, we're not here to gossip. We're here to give these women their flowers and talk about how wonderful and how talented they are. One thing that I do know, that it got cut from the film, but Will Smith and Pep was supposed to go out on a date. Yes. Right. I just gave that to you. Thank me later. You can thank me later. But yeah, like, that didn't make the cut. And it was something like, it's kind of important to put that in there of like, she had some choices and they were young and they're not what they were circa Push It. They're grown women, mothers at this point in time. And I think it was just more important to see the evolution of her from like a young hothead to a mom and evolving in her career. So I think that was what was important for me to bring to her character.
Okay, dope. Well, I'm Rachel with ABC News. Thank you, ladies, for so much.
Thanks, Rachel.
Thank you. This is Nye McGee with EUR Web, and my question is to either one of you ladies, and that question is, if there's any one lesson you hope women especially take away after watching this biopic, what would that be?
I feel like one lesson that I would like for women to take away from this is just to stand in your integrity and, do what serves you. Don't do what other people, want you to do. Don't, if something is not serving you, do the work that you need to do to, make it right. Because, you can't pour into anyone's cup if yours is empty. So.
Thank you, Gigi. Layla, did you want to add to that, or did she kind of sum it up?
I mean, I can piggyback on it. When it comes to this, I want young women to really look at, like, look within. Sometimes we look for validation from men, and we do things, especially now, in changing our body and changing things. Like, sis, you already got it. Like, these girls were going to be nurses, and look at what they ended up doing. So it's in all of us already. We just got to tap into it. And I hope that that's the message that this movie kind of like brings home. That's what I hope.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Hey, ladies. So I wanted to know, I'm always interested when I watch these biopics and I see the actors connect with the actual real life subject. So I wanted to know, was there anything that you learned about the ladies that shocked you about their story?
I mean, I'll start. I think for me, both Pep and I both lost our fathers. Like, I lost my dad when I was really young. She lost her dad when she was about 17. And I didn't know that. And there were certain things about her that I have the same qualities, I think that she's a girl that is misunderstood sometimes. But I think in the long run, if you watch the entirety of the movie, you'll see that she evolves, she grows, and overall it's about friendship. And at the end of the day, 35 years after they meet, they're still friends, they love each other, they're still touring and performing. And I think that's a really key part to remember. They're friends. And through the business, it gets ugly, it gets rough, they come back together. So I want to just make sure that that's a point that people understand. It's the music and the hair and all, that's great, but they're friends, and to have a friendship that long is not easy.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. And that's something that I learned for sure. Just the dynamics of their relationship and getting into this story and, you know, finding out why they split and the impact that, you know, it took on both of them. And even when Layla and I were doing our breakup scene, like it felt so real. But you know, that's what it should feel like, you know, when you're really digging deep into the characters and delivering the best performance. But like we had to hug each other after, you know,
Right.
it was just that much, like the emotional, you know, vibration of it was that intense. So
That's true.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Hi guys. So continuing on the aspect of sisterhood and just this friendship, did you guys have a relationship with each other as actresses before this? And if not, or if so, how were you, you know, getting into character for interacting to portray a friendship and a sisterhood that is obviously very strong and still happening and very relevant in today's society?
Very true. Do you want to take?
I love the way you answer this question. So
Oh, let me tell you something. So I knew Gigi prior to this. We're in a circle of creatives in LA that were doing vines and creating content. And the thing about it is that like we had worked together, and it was like I know you, I don't completely know you. But the thing about it is this project brought us together in a way that it wouldn't have happened any other kind of way. Like we had to build a real friendship because you would be able to see through it at a point. And through this whole process, like we supported each other, we loved on each other. Everybody has a good day and a bad day. And sometimes after a certain scene, I would just go hug G. Like it just didn't matter. I would just hug her. Sometimes I would go over and be like, "It's okay. We don't care. It's okay." And I think we needed that, you know. And I think that that was a bigger thing of like us really becoming these characters because their sisterhood is unlike any other thing that you can see. Like 35 years of being a friend is a big deal. And I think when you go through the ups and downs of any relationship, it's tough. And one of my favorite scenes in the movie is the fact when they break up and Salt tells Pep, like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, we've been connected at the hip for so long. And Pep is like, what? Like, but we're friends and I left this man and I'm doing this. And she's like, I don't want to hear it. So I think it's a very pivotal, important scene. But when it comes to friendship, we're so like women can be catty at times, and not 1 second with this woman right here did we ever go through that.
yeah.
Like it's just been a great experience. I can't stress the importance of that as much.
Nice. Thank you guys so much.
Your shirt is really cute. Like, please tell me where you got it from. Yes.
We're online, girl.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Ash here from Ad Flavor TV. I just have a quick question for both of you. Either one of you can take it, really. You know, I had to put myself together like Salt and Pepper right quick for you. But if Salt and Pep were actually on set, did you see a lot of like emotional bonding, or, you know, like them kind of being together and really like helping them each other through the emotions from the scenes as well as you guys? Because I know it was a lot of triggers for them as well. So how did that all work out as far as you guys being on set together and maybe just kind of bonding and helping each other heal through it?
So having them all on set was definitely an amazing experience, and it was beneficial even when, you know, they were still touring and they're still doing it. So there may have been times where, you know, Cheryl had to go out of town and Pep, so then they would take shifts if they both couldn't be there. So they were even supporting us, you know, crossways. So Pep would support me, Saul would support Layla. And then even with the kids there, like with Corinne and Egypt, and, you know, I know Layla had really great conversations with Egypt. I had a great conversation with Corinne. She put me aside during lunch one day and she was like, you know, I just want to thank you because my, you know, my mom just appreciates the respect and how much you're honoring her story, you know, and that's coming from her child. Because and like Layla has said before in multiple interviews, we're telling their story. This is their legacy. They have kids, their mothers, their legends, so to come into this experience and this project with the utmost respect, telling their stories the way that the way that they want it to be told, the way that it needs to be told, without, the messiness, the cattiness, any, salaciousness about it. That's not what this story is about. So they were there supporting each other, supporting us, and like I said, individually cross supporting us when the other one couldn't be there. So yeah, they definitely held it down for sure, through the entire shooting process.
All right, thank you so much. Congratulations to both of you. You did a dope job, both of you. It was awesome.
Thank you so much.
Hello, hi ladies. I really enjoyed the movie. You all nailed it. But I had a specific question for Cheryl and Sandra, but because you all vibed so perfectly in the movie, I believe you can answer the question. Cheryl's faith was very important to her, and Pepper's family was very important. And I wanted to know, because I was impressed by the friendship, I wanted to know how you think faith and family and their strong convictions helped you prepare for the role, and how it sustained the friendship from then to now. Because so many times people think friendship is only the highs, and they cannot take being angry with one another. They cannot take other people's flaws. But this movie epitomizes true grown woman friendship. So I want Gigi to speak on that, and Layla, if you will, speak on the friendship and the power.
Sure.
So I feel like the friendship and the power is, like you said, the backbones and the bones and the makings of this movie. And if Layla and I didn't have that, then I feel like we wouldn't have done the story justice. And I do believe where our friendship was when we first got it, like Layla said, we weren't the best of friends, but we were figuring it out. That's where they start. They weren't the best of friends, but then they were figuring it out. And because we were in Toronto, so that we were completely pulled out of our element, we were our own little, pod, our own little family. So we were all we had. So, the cold nights in Toronto, the dancing on the beach in practically nothing, and the rigorous, 14, 15-hour days, having Layla there with me, and I've said in multiple interviews, I don't think I could have done this with anyone but Layla, because to have her there as a support and, someone to tell me that it's going to be okay when I'm on the verge of crying because I'm frustrated, as from something that's going on. So I feel like not only are we paying homage to their story and their sisterhood, you're really seeing our story too as friends by way of, this film, because we went through some stuff during our shooting. And like I said, if I didn't have Layla's support, I would have been a mess.
You all vibed perfect.
Oh, like when I say that's an understatement, they couldn't have picked a better 1 and 2. You know what I mean? Like they could not have. And I think I've said it several times, like G is very similar to Salt. I'm similar to Pep. Like I am very spicy. I'm all of those things. And I think that in the 80s or in the 90s, I don't think people know that Pep is Jamaican. Like now we know, but like then we didn't. And I talk about it a lot in the film. I say it a lot. You see my family, they have accents. My mother, she has one also. I didn't have one because Pep doesn't have one. When you go back and when you look at it, she does not have one. So it wasn't like, let me put on an accent. So I think that her family is so important to her. If you look at the trailer, it says she's doing something for her dad to show her father that she's going to make something of herself. And I too have the same type of like I want to make it for my family. You know what I mean? Like we share that sense of the familyness, but Gigi hit it so like dead on when it comes to the friendship. Like our friendship grew and blossomed because of this. And I'm blessed to be able to say like I grew with a woman in a short amount of time, and I trust and I believe and I feel good about it. So I'm really thankful. I'm really like, we both have relationships with Salt, with Pep. This is about women empowerment. So many times we see like, and I'm not like bashing anything, but we see on reality shows like it's the first thing, it's two women fighting over something, it's two, and we're not doing that. You know, we respect these women, we respect what they've done. Yeah, you're gonna see us disagree, and it's funny and it's fun and it's real, but the level of respect that we have for each other and for who we're playing, by all means, is like that's the heart of the movie, honestly.
Thank you so much. You all are so beautiful.
Thank you.
New term for you is sassy, sophisticated ride or die sisters.
There we go. I like it.
Bye.
Thank you.
Layla, for you, how difficult was it to film the abuse scenes? What kind of preparations did you have to do for
that? It wasn't necessarily like abuse. It was a couple that are fighting, you know, and we can see that in a really fully functioning relationship. People argue, people fight. We don't show any violence. Do we allude to it? Sure. But for me as an actress, like I love a meaty scene. I love something that challenges me. So I'm not, no one has ever abused me ever. They know better. But for her and for that situation, I had to tap in. I had to really think about what it would be like if someone that I loved did put their hands on me. Not to say I haven't seen it, because I have. So it was me tapping into not my own experience, but other people around me, close to me, that I know have experienced that, for me to bring life to that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Shayna here from 107.9 The Beat. You ladies did an amazing job. The film was awesome. We feel like we really felt their story. So my question goes to both of you all. What reactions did you get from Salt and Pepper, like once they seen the full movie? Like what type of reaction did they give you?
Well, I feel like my first, when I saw Cheryl again, was for a line drop that they did with the makeup company. So when she was, when we had separated, you know, they would get dailies and cuts of the movie. And one of the first things that I asked her when we had an alone time at the event, I was like, you know, I know that we spoke day to day, and you know, you would give me your feedback at the end of the day, and there were certain things that, you know, you got emotional over, you know, because we're opening up old wounds, but in its entirety, you know, how do you feel? And she was like, I'm proud. You did what you were supposed to do. You made me proud. I'm happy. I'm proud of you. So yeah, that for me was like, okay, cool. Because at the end of the day, you know, I'm a vessel of her, to her story. You know, I was serving her in her purpose. So yeah, after that, the pressure was like, all right, well, I did.
Good. You did an amazing job.
Oh, look at you repping. I love that t-shirt. I love it. I see you. Ask the question one more time, because I like sometimes.
So what reaction did you get from Pepper once the movie was finished? Like, how did you, you know, did she give you your props, or how did she feel after the movie?
Yeah, hello. Pep loves me.
Yes, that's right.
He was like, you get it, you got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we would talk about scenes when I was going into things, especially like things with Tretch, things with her son. We would talk about it. And I think it's, how far do you want me to go? To reel it back. And as long as as long as she knows the area that I was playing within. I'm not going outside of that. I'm not doing more. Like, I got to bring home the fact that they have children. I would never like I talked to Egypt. I would never embarrass Egypt. I would never embarrass Tehran. That's not what we're about. But she was pleased with the work that I did and the choices that I made as an actress. Like, I wasn't going to give it like exactly what she would have done. We don't know what she would have done, but I know, knowing what she's given me about herself, I'll give you the best, most entertaining version of that, you know? So.
Well, yeah, you did an amazing job. Yeah, I both did. You know, we felt like, I know watching it, I felt like I was really watching Salt and Pepper. So thank you, ladies. And thank you for doing it for the culture, you know. So.
Yes, thank you. And keep rocking that shirt. Thank you.
You know it.
Hey, Queens, how are you doing?
Yes. Hi, Queen. How are you?
Hi, Queen. My name is Elle with I Am Queen Magazine. Ladies, you did an amazing job. And my question is, you know, right now, globally, we have a woman who is about to ascend to vice president. And I believe that this movie is so important that it's being released right now. So what one word would you use to describe the pride that you feel because Kamala is going to ascend, as well as the pride you feel being a part of this movie right now, and why?
What one word would describe regalness, poise? I think those are good adjectives. Yeah, to describe, and just integrity, for sure, with what's about to happen with Miss Madam Vice President, and with this movie, and who these women are, for sure, and what this stands for: integrity and truth.
Come on, Gigi, with words that I'm not going to say. I think for me, the word would be rain. Like, the rain is about to change. Like, things are about to get really different in the country, hopefully in like the world. It's time for for us to take our place. It's time for us, like, we're giving these women their flowers. Like, it's time for us to regain our crowns and really act and walk in being queen. So that's why I said, before you even came on, like, queen, like, I love it. Like, that's what we should be acting like. That's how we should address each other. That's how we should carry ourselves. So that's the word for me.
Amazing. Thank you, ladies. You did an amazing job, and I can't wait to see what else you guys bring to the table. Bye.
Thank you.
Hey, everyone.
Hi.
First of all, I'm enjoying the energy. I love the movie and portrayal. I think you guys did an amazing job. My question is, you guys got to live through some really challenging experiences through Salt and Pepper in terms of the entertainment industry. As actresses and professionals, has your view or feelings towards the industry changed at all from playing these parts?
I'll answer it. No. The thing about when Cheryl and Salt come into the industry, they don't know anything about it. Like, they're new to it. Like, I think at this point, me and G are not new to the business. So we still understand the business side of things. And I think that even more, we think about it when certain questions, when certain things come up, when people are like, well, why they didn't get somebody from Queens? Because they didn't. Like, does that bother the story? Does it move it forward, or what's up? So the thing about it, I think the business is always going to be the business. It's about you knowing the business that you're in and moving accordingly. Like, it kills me when people don't know their business. Like, whatever you do, know what you're doing. And I think it's important for in the movie, you see us, wait, let's renegotiate this. Something doesn't sound right. Like, we should be getting more. That's a big thing of groups in the 80s and the 90s. Like, we all see what happened at TLC and Toni Braxton, same type of thing. So I think that whatever you do, know your business. Like take care of your business. Like, it's great if you know how to sing and dance and act, that's great. But do you know how to do the business of it? And I think, G, you show your side when you're at the board and you're like, play the track. That's one of my favorite scenes.
I agree. Yeah, for me, no, like Layla just said, nothing changed because we aren't new to this. And it's crazy how that was really a thing. A lot of people went into the business not knowing what it really entailed, not reading their contracts, not getting someone else to reread their contracts before signing over, all their rights to everything. So, if anything, it's making me more cognizant to especially double check my contracts and make sure that everything is where it needs to, make sure that I have everything in writing, make sure that there's no way for any detail to fall in between the cracks, because lawyers love writing loopholes in contracts. So
amazing answers, ladies. Thank you both so much. And I want to throw this in real quick. Y'all bodies, oh my god, so good.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Hello, beautiful ladies. How are you guys doing?
I'm beautiful.
Good. Okay, so from you all's point of view, what impact do you think this movie will have on female artists who were new to the rap game and weren't formally knowledgeable about Salt and Pepper?
I think that it will have an impact on how involved they were, and how important it is to be about the show and the show business.
Right.
I love callback from the movie. So I think that's really important for a lot of female artists, and I think that is important for Black women to really, take back the reins of their careers and what they have going on. Don't leave it to someone else to do it for them. Really sit and be Beyonce like. Sit in the seat, make sure everything comes over your desk before saying okay. Just being involved in your own career and your business, basically, and the ins and outs of it.
I agree. Sky, ask it one more time, just because
no, you're fine. You're fine. So I said, from your point of view, what impact do you think that the movie will have on female artists who are new to the rap game and weren't formally knowledgeable about Salt and Pepper?
Got you. I hope that this movie, it helps the younger generation to look back and be like, oh, look at what these ladies did in 86 and 96, and look at their accomplishments and look at what they did do and what they didn't do. Right. I'm not a rapper, like I don't know who's writing what, and I don't want to get into all of that, but it's just important for us to know this is what we come from. Women like this, women that wrote their own music, and women that were learning how to produce and learning how to write. So hopefully that will be a level of inspiration and a little guidance to new up and coming girls. That's what I hope.
Okay. Thank you guys so much. Keep up the great work.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Diamond from Maven26.com. First, I commend you ladies for doing an awesome job in the movie. I am a big fan of Salt and Pepper, even though I was born in the 90s. I love, old school music. A question for both Gigi and Layla is, now that you've, heard their story thoroughly and been able to really portray them, what lessons can you personally take from portraying both Salt and Pepper?
I feel like for me, one lesson that I can take from playing Cheryl is just to really be true to who you are. That's kind of been an ongoing narrative for a few years. And then even with the pandemic and everything shutting down, it definitely forced me to turn within and really sit with myself on, quite a few things. So really just standing in my integrity and doing, like I said earlier, what serves me, because that's who she is. She is, she's such an amazing woman, and she's loving, and but she is no nonsense as well. But she doesn't have to get crazy to get her point across. She's not gonna take, and they both don't take no for an answer. They don't turn back from a challenge, and that for me is something that I will take take with me through, you know, my career, because it's definitely great attributes to have in this career for sure.
I definitely agree. I think for me, what I would take from this is knowing you have to put in your work, you have to do work. You can't expect anything to just come to you. Like, we live in a society where you can find out anything about anybody. You can go on it, like you can go on Instagram and see anything. To have a little like to think about, like, there's going to be a future for you. Like, you're not going to be 18. That's a given fact. But I think it's important to take your legacy as important. Like, think about how you want to be viewed in 35 years, wherever you are in your life. Think about how you want to be viewed later. And I think that that's something that it makes me think in a different way now than before, of like, oh, it don't matter. Well, one day I'm gonna be somebody's mom. Do I want them to see me doing the busted challenge? I don't, like, I'm not sure.
Thank you, ladies, so much, and much success to you in the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'm DG Bags with the core94.com. What I want to ask is, I know a lot of actresses, well, a lot of great actresses and actors, they find it hard to watch their work. And I know you got the nod from Salt and Pepper on how great of a job that you done. But did you have a chance to watch yourself? And if you did, like, how did you feel about it? How did you rate your own performance?
I love you for asking that. That's like, I really love you, because the thing about it is I'm very hard on myself. It's hard to watch things. Like, I watched it, but when you're so close to something, you'll be like, why did they take that? What are they doing? Why did they do that? Why? Okay. So I had to let go. So I probably won't watch it again until maybe 5 years from now.
Yeah, no, I agree. And with like what Layla said, we were really attached to it, down to like, and then this is not, I feel like this is what a studio should want from their actors. But me and Layla were literally in our scripts fact checking hairstyles to years and decades. Mind you, that's not our job, but we were so invested in making sure that every timeline added up and, everything just meshed perfectly. And then to step back and, like Layla said, look at the takes that they used, and it's like, wow, they used that one. The other one was better. They used take 3. They should have used the 6th one. But right. I mean, we do at this point, Mario Van Peebles is an amazing director. He had a vision, and he pulled a lot out of us, and he pushed us and stretched us and made us better actresses, and to where his take 1 for us is a money take, Mm-hmm. So yeah, we trust our director and our network, and so we have to just detach from it. But it was definitely a project that we put a lot of heart and soul into, for sure. Yeah, for the both of us.
Well, I ain't mad at that. Mario Van Peebles is a legend, and y'all did a great job. Thank you so much. As a hip hop historian and fan, you guys did a great job. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hi, ladies.
Hi.
You guys did such a phenomenal job during this movie. Layla, this question is for you. How do you handle or restore and maintain your mental health when you have to dive into those heavy scenes, and also knowing that you are carrying the weight of representing such an icon?
That's a great question. Come on, good questions. Yes. So listen, Gigi said this yesterday, so I'm gonna steal it from her. Mario would say, your body doesn't know that you're acting. Okay. So when you physically cry, if it's a physical scene of you being physical with someone else, you have to take the time to come back into yourself and understand what you're doing. G had some challenging scenes when it comes to her purging. That's definitely very difficult. But I think for the two of us, it's there's a thing called in acting, they teach you in certain classes how to clean up, how to let things go and get back to yourself. We wear the characters, how I'm wearing a jacket right now. take this off at night so that you're just sitting with yourself, and then you put it back on when it's time for you to work, so that you try and maintain a distance between who you are and the character that you're playing, because trauma is trauma. And sometimes you got to tap into your own in order to bring it to life for the character. So I think a lot of times it's knowing how to finish your day and then get into the other part of your day and be who you are, go home. Like for me, I would always take baths, like Epsom salt baths. I light my candles. I listen to like a certain level of music at night. I don't watch certain things because I don't want that in my mind while I sleep. I want to start my day fresh. So, like it takes time to understand how to reset emotionally so that you can go to work and do the same thing again and be sharp and be good each take and not get caught up of whatever you're pulling from.
Ooh, clearly you have your routine together. I love to hear it. Much success to both of you ladies, and thank you so much.
Thank you. You're beautiful. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Hello, you ladies did such an amazing job. So I do have a question. How did you master getting to the dance scenes and having them on point, just like the old days? And I grew up on Salt and Pepper, so it was literally like watching the recreation. How was that for you?
That was fun 6, 7, 8 weeks of dance rehearsal training every day, 8 hours with our amazing choreographer Christian Vincent. And watching the videos, dissecting everything, wanting to be as close to and as authentic to the original music videos without copyright infringement and things like that. But we definitely went in with wanting to honor and create those experiences for the people watching, and give you guys and the viewers those good feelings of the 80s and the 90s for sure. Like, that's what we went in wanting to create, just to suck you back into this awesome 80s, 90s party that, you never want to get out of.
Well, you ladies did a magnificent job of showing that. And I'm so excited to watch it again when it comes live on Lifetime.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the support.
Hey, how's everyone doing today?
Hi.
Good, good. So this is Brianna from Hip Hop United. My question is, how was it like going through the motions of, just playing such an iconic group? And did you guys ever have any aspirations of being artists?
I'm gonna take the top, you take I think growing up, I grew up listening to hip hop. I don't know any other music of growing up. To think about, I always thought I could rap and sing and dance. So now I get to play this character and be a part of this group. It's like a dream come true, honestly. I think when we're young, we all want to be a level of a performer because that's like the thing that people really, I don't know, I like that's a youthful thing that you want to do. And to be able to do this, especially at this point in time in my career, it's a blessing to be able to bring that, because it is like a childhood dream coming true. So yeah, like for when we're on the bus and we just do that, I am the queen of rap, like that type of stuff, like that's a big deal to be able to play that. So I think for me that like it's a dream come true, because in my heart, I think we all kind of want to be performers, especially when we're young.
Right.
Right. Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that for sure. And as far as an album or being an artist myself, I mean, when Layla says the word and we get our from Sony, we for sure on tour as so just let us know. We will be
of course.
All right. Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hello.
My question is, do you think that this movie will bridge the gap of what it means to be unafraid to talk about sex and music, and the reason that it was so popular then leading to what women rap about now? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just trying to really actually understand the question.
Okay.
So you're
So
saying, well,
I'm sorry?
would it bridge the gap
Yeah,
between?
you know, because now they say there is a bias of what women are rapping about now. You know, you got the Meg Thee Stallions and everybody else kind of being free. The Salt and Pepper were the ones that led the way. So do you think that kind of explains why it's okay to do that now?
Oh,
okay. Yes and no. Because like how Layla has said in multiple interviews, you know, they walked so everyone else could run. You know, that's a fact. But the difference in the way they did it was in an informative, classy, entertaining way still, not just like yeah, you may not necessarily want to play Let's Talk About Sex in front of your child, because then, you know, depending on the age, the baby may run around the house talking about sex, 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 sex. But there are still values and lessons in that song versus someone else that is just talking about, you know, in it wide open. And you definitely don't want any child to hear that song, and there's no lessons in that, if I'm answering the question correctly.
Did you answer it, Jay? Do you want me to answer it? Let me answer it. Let me take a stab at it. Okay. I'm gonna take a stab at it. So I think that we're in a time and a culture where like you can say whatever you want to say, like honestly. And I think that like they played a part in that. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I think that it's the empowerment that we have to really, really like lean on. Women being able to be comfortable enough to say what they want to say. Now, I'm not here to judge your content. That's different. I'm not here to talk about, you know, what you can say and what you can't say. But I think Let's Talk About Sex was a very important song. It wasn't just let me show you what I can do in the bedroom. That's not it. Those are two different things. So I want to give them their respect without disrespecting our artists now that do talk about that. That's great. But we were dealing with HIV and AIDS at that time, and people did not understand what was happening. So I think that was a difficult thing for them to tackle and to do it in a song. I'm not like nowadays you could talk about whatever you want to talk about, but I'm sure that there is some type of bridge between the two of if it wasn't for them being able to have songs like Tramp and you know, like different songs that were sexual, it's okay. But the level of sexuality that you want to have, I think that varies from artist to artist. Did we answer that? Like that was hard.
Yeah. No, you did it. It was beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Sorry, I'm in the kitchen trying to get dinner going while I was listening to everybody else's interview. But my question for you guys is, what is one thing that you learned while learning these roles of Salt and Pepper that you maybe didn't know and we would be surprised to find out?
I'd say the dynamic of Herbie and Cheryl, then Herbie and Sandra. I feel like it is going to be a very interesting dynamic for people to really understand, and how they kept it together when the cameras were rolling. Yeah. And they were so professional, you know, and that's not something that you can be taught. But they understood, like, we're gonna keep it cute when the cameras are rolling, but in the studio we're gonna duke it out, and them two.
Thank you.
What you making for dinner?
Lord, I was fasting for the past 10 days, so I'm now allowed to eat food again. So I'm looking forward to some chicken. I might have a little steak on the side, some noodles, just pasta, just food, girl, because I've been eating really clean, and a sister is hungry.
What time I need to be?
And enjoy yourself. Like, come on.
I'll email y'all a plate.
Yes. I want my plate.
Thanks,
Thank
lady.
you so much.
Thank you.
Yay, I made it. So I love this movie. Layla and I actually go way back, but I had to wear this because this is from New Jack City. This is actually from the actual movie. My mom was a stunt woman in that. And so just seeing all of the different things, I was like, I remember that. I remember that. But I want to know for you, what was the moment where you guys were like, this is the most iconic moment. I can't believe I get to wear this fashion, this hair, the jewelry, performances, or song. What was that moment for you?
Oh, for me, the moment was, well, I'm gonna tell you this, Camille, because you said your mom was a stunt woman in New Jack City. So I did a stunt in this film. And yes, and I did it myself. They were trying to like double me, and I was like, I could do it. So
wait, what scene?
There's a scene because I don't think you guys know. Pep is like a adrenaline junkie. So she would like drive her car fast and like she went a bungee jump and all of that. So I did my own like stunts. Shout out to all the stunt ladies out there. I did my own though.
Get it, girl. Well, my dad was producer on it too, so I was there every day.
That's amazing. So you know Mario then, or kind of, sort of?
Okay. The kid version. So all adults looked alike then, but he was always a very much like a motivational speaker type person. So him playing a preacher, I was like, totally fits. And then the different dynamic you guys all had, it was just so beautiful. And that was, even with New Jack City, that was kind of his vision, that he wanted to show a way that it wasn't like the goal was to become a drug dealer, but for our community to see like, this is what we need to be doing. We need to come together and not fall into the trap. And that's what I felt like with this movie. It was showing that we need to come together as a sisterhood and look out for each other. And funny enough, like my dad, him and his producer buddy that worked on New Jack City, they do that same thing. They always hire each other. If one gets a job, they get the job. Preston Holmes will look out for Dwight Williams and Dwight Williams will look out for him. That's my dad. And
wow.
But anyway, I finally got in. Yay! I love you too. And we used to work together.
Dope. Camille, yes. Yeah. It's okay. I used to work at Equinox Fitness. Come on. So
that's why her body is banging. Look, it was banging before that. That's why I had to hire you.
That is much. That is much.
Whenever you're at the front desk, people will buy whatever you say.
That's true. That's true. Camille, I'm so happy to see you. I'm sorry.
Oh, me too. I'm sorry. We'll FaceTime later.
Okay. Yes. Bye, love. Happy belated birthday. Happy belated birthday. Yes, I know. See, I know. Get out of here, girl.
You're going to make me cry on my 45th. All right.
No.
Hi, ladies. I'm Reggie Ponder, the real critic out of Chicago. Glad to get a moment to talk to you guys. People ask you a lot of questions. My question would be, is that, and for both of you guys, do you think that this group, Salt and Pepper, they made the music or the music made them?
I think they made the music. When you watch the movie, you can see the girls talking about the songs that they were going to record, why they were recording it, their scenes with Salt and Herbie of their planning what the next thing they were going to do. So I definitely think that they made the music. Like the music didn't make them, and they were, trailblazers. So the sound, the go-go music, like how they infused that, I think that was a great example of them, setting it.
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you, ladies.
I know Parlay Magazine. Hi. I feel like I know you. Hi.
So my question is for both of you guys. I would like to know, how was it the day that you found out that you guys were going to be portraying such an iconic group?
Well, when I first got my call, my agent, he called me and he was like, "Can I speak to Cheryl?" And I was like, "What? Hello?" He was like, "Can I speak to Cheryl?" And I'm like, "It's G." Then it sunk in and it didn't really hit because I was like, wait, I got to quit my job. When do I do like life was happening? But then getting to Toronto, putting on the wigs and getting into the makeup, that's when it was really like, oh my God, this is happening. Like it took me to getting to Toronto for it to really sink in.
Yeah, G, you're right about that. Yeah, when we like the pull up in Toronto was the like, oh wow, this is really it. Like LA was our boot camp, and like we were still very much so ourselves, but it sunk in when we got to the production house, and we started to see pictures of us, pictures of the girls, and it's like we were morphing into them. So I think even though like I didn't cry when I found out, like I want to cry some days. Like I want to cry when I find out. I'll be like, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Have a good day. But I wanted to cry, but all of that came like later, and it was hard. It was hard leaving Toronto because like it was hard leaving the idea of like, damn, we've worked so hard at this life-changing and career-changing role. So yeah. Did I answer it kind of?
You did. You guys did a great job answering the question and playing the movie. So thank you so much.
Your skin is bomb. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that skin.
Thank you. You guys are so gorgeous.
Thank you, boo. Appreciate you.
Bye-bye.